Ainsley from Fairy Tale Vibes and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing a little video where I introduce you to myself because guys, I have been on I've been making videos on the internet for almost 10 years and I've never really just done a sit down video where I just talk about myself and introduce you to who I am. And I might have done something like this at the beginning, like when I very first started my YouTube channel, but back then I was in middle school. I couldn't even show my face on the internet. So if I did anything like that back then, it was not personal at all. And of course I'm going to be keeping some things secret, like I'm not going to dox myself, but I just want you guys to get to better know me and at least like what I'm presenting on here is my online persona, because yes, I do act slightly different in person. Like I'm not like talking about dolls when I'm going out with my friends, you know, in real life. Because like the internet is kind of the space where I'm like, this is where I talk about doll collecting, I talk about like nerdy cartoons and stuff. So yeah, I am a slightly different, but I also just want to let you guys know like who I am in general and who I am on this channel and what content I plan on making. Because I actually just got home from college for the summer. So at the end of this video, I'm going to let you guys know the plans that I have for when it comes to making content this summer. So like since I started my YouTube channel, my main focus has really been doll collecting, and for this video, the doll that is going to be joining us is Natasha Zima, but she is dressed in Robin Sterling's sleepover party outfit, so she's technically a Shadow High doll. She's wearing a Rainbow High doll's outfit. I'm always confused. I'm like, are Rainbow High and Shadow High separate lines? Because like their boxes say Rainbow High and Shadow High, but they're also kind of the same line. Like they're all kind of underneath Rainbow High, if you know what I mean. So it confused me. But anyway, just so you guys know, I do not watch the Rainbow High show because that's what Shadow High and Rainbow High are in. But I do watch Ever After High. I have watched Monster High. Like, you know, I'm Fairy Tale Vibes. I like more like fantastical content. I don't think it's a bad show or anything, but just FYI so you guys know, I just purely like the dolls. I do not know anything about the show. So yeah, you guys are supposed to be getting to know me, so I guess that's something that you can know about myself. But what I really wanted to do in this video is go back to the beginning of my YouTube channel and kind of discuss how I ended up here. So if you don't know, currently I'm Fairy Tale Vibes on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And the reason my YouTube is now called Fairy Tale Vibes is because like 2 years ago, I kind of got a little famous on Ever After High TikTok for my swapped at birth theory. That is also my most popular YouTube video on this platform. So if you're on my YouTube channel, you've probably seen the swapped at birth theory. So the swapped at birth theory is the theory that Apple and White and Raven Queen from Ever After High were swapped at birth, and that's kind of what I got popular for, but that is not where my content journey started. So we have to go back about 8 years, I think, because I was like 12. Yeah, 8 years to my last day of 6th grade. I was in this house and I had been begging my parents. I'm like, I want to start an American Girl doll YouTube channel because AGtube was really big at the time, like American Girl YouTube, and I was like, I really want to do this. Now keep in mind, before I had started an American Girl YouTube channel, I had always been collecting dolls. American Girl dolls hadn't necessarily been my favorite. Now I would say my favorite doll line is Ever After High. Back then my favorite doll line was Barbie. I don't like Barbie as much anymore just because the Barbies that I really bonded with were like the Barbie movie Barbies, like you can see the Fairy Tale vibes. You can see where my name comes from because I really like the Fairy Tale vibe Barbies, like, you know, like Barbie Diamond Castle, Barbie Fairytopia. I love those Barbies. My favorite Barbie movie is Princess and the Pauper. If you didn't know, I feel like a lot of people do know, my favorite Barbie movie is Princess and the Pauper. But that came out like when I was 2 years old, so I only have one doll. I don't have it anymore. I had one doll from that movie, and it was like the budget doll. It didn't sing or anything, and she was completely destroyed. So it's my favorite Barbie movie, but I don't have those Barbies. But I do have Barbie Diamond Castle Barbies, Barbie Mermaidia Barbie. So yeah, I was like, and then I continued collecting. I had like a bunch of other Barbie movie Barbies, which some of them I got rid of just because I don't really like them as much. But yeah, I was really obsessed with like Barbie movie Barbies, like that specific line of Barbies. And then I was obsessed with Ever After High and Monster High. Monster High, I like dipped my toes and I was like, oh, I like Monster High. And then Ever After High came out and I was like, I am done with Monster High. I want Ever After High. I want the Fairy Tale vibes. So at this point, keep in mind, like, I really liked Ever After High, but I wasn't big into collecting Ever After High, even though I liked it. Like, I liked the show, I liked the books, because it wasn't really popular for people my age. Like, I didn't know anybody else in real life who actually collected dolls. I knew people who read the books, but I didn't know people my age who were collecting Ever After High dolls. But I go on YouTube and I see this whole community of people collecting American Girl dolls, making videos with them, making outfits, doing all this stuff, and they're all like around my age. So I felt a community with AGtube, and you know, I always liked dolls, so this was totally a doll safe space. So I was like, I want to be an AGtuber. So I made my AGtube channel. It was called AG Sky's the Limit. That was this channel's original name. So I made this YouTube channel and I started making just honestly random American Girl doll videos. I think I didn't know as much what I wanted to make. It was just that I wanted to be part of the doll collecting community. So I never really got popular or anything. My most video, like the most views a video of mine got on AGtube was my Gabriella McBride conspiracy theory, which I don't even know if I still have it up, because it got 2,000 views and I was like, oh my gosh. But I think I have taken it down since then, since first of all, I have gotten more views since then. So it's not like my most viewed video anymore. And second of all, like I think it's a good video. But second of all, I feel like I could get in trouble with Mattel. So I took down the Gabriella McBride conspiracy theory. R.I.P. But yeah, that was like, I think like where I found the most popularity was in making these kind of American Girl doll conspiracy theories, because I feel like I just have a talent for making theories, you know, with my Ever After High theories, my Owl House theory. I just like making theories. I just like thinking about stuff and like looking for like all the details. So yeah, I think those are like my most viewed videos. I also have a video of Rebecca's, like the American Girl doll Rebecca, like her historical collection, which I think has a lot of views to this day, and I think that one's still up. But my like, I think like the thing that was the most unique that I did was the conspiracy theories, but I had to take them down because honestly I was just like, I was ripping apart both Mattel and Disney in them. If you know Ever After High, you know. I think I also, even though I was a mainly American Girl, I think there's even some videos that I had to take down where I was talking about the Ever After High Disney thing. And I had to take them down because I was like, this is not brand friendly. Like, I don't know, I was just calling out Mattel and Disney so hard in some of these videos. Think about it, the real reason I kind of call them out is because I love them so much. I'm so obsessed with them. So I need to like conspirize about them, but I just don't want that coming back to haunt me. So I had to delete them because I was really calling out Mattel and Disney hard. And I was a kid. And I was just like saying random things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like some of them do have good evidence, like don't get me wrong, but I'm not trying to go to war with Mattel and Disney, so I had to take those down. And then the other thing that I did was I started my Instagram in 7th grade. Woo! For reference, I didn't explain it. Now I'm a sophomore in college. Now I'm 20 years old. I was 12 in 6th grade, so I was 12 when I started the YouTube channel, and then I was 13 in 7th grade because I'm kind of older. It's a long story. I was 13 in 7th grade. That's when I started the Instagram. I actually originally started with my friend because I didn't know if my mom would let me make an Instagram. And then I asked her and she said yes. Then it kind of just became mine, like my friend never posted on there. So it was an AG Instagram. It was also called AG Sky's the Limit. And I started posting a lot of photo shoots. And I think I ended up getting like more likes and stuff than I ever did on my YouTube channel on the Instagram. I still only think at the most, like I think I had like 2,000 followers on there, which was good for me. And I like genuinely felt like I had a little bit of more community on Instagram. And I honestly enjoy making, like I liked watching the American Girl doll YouTube videos, but I was never good at making them. Like I thought I was, but I was not. But I was actually good, and I still am because I'll still do it sometimes, good at American Girl doll photography. And they're bigger dolls, so I like I can photograph a Rainbow High doll. They look really cute, but I don't really have the sets for them, whereas I have a whole American Girl dollhouse in my basement, which I'll get into that in a second. But I have that, and then I just like to take my dolls outside. I like to dress them. I also like, for Rainbow High and for Ever After High, for me, it's less of a thing to redress them. I like, except that, like literally last night, I was like, I want to try redressing a Rainbow High doll. It's more of a thing just to keep them in their OG outfits, whereas American Girl, I really have fun like doing OOTDs for them and like dressing them up and taking pictures. So I really enjoy the picture side of that. And I'll tag my old Instagram down below so you can see it, because long story short is when I tried to change the username to Fairy Tale Vibes, it wouldn't work. So I had to make a new Instagram. But currently I have Fairy Tale Vibes YouTube, Fairy Tale Vibes Instagram, and then Fairy Tale Vibes TikTok. But I have another Instagram that's Forever Sky's Limit. And now you're probably thinking, wait, I thought you said it used to be called AG Sky's Limit. Well, when I was in I forget if I was in 8th grade or if I was in high school, so like in between the ages of 14 and 16, I think I changed the name of my channel to Forever Sky's Limit because I kind of knew I wanted to branch out and not just make American Girl content. Also, honestly, at that point, I kind of started feeling dissatisfied with the American Girl brand, and I wasn't like sure if I really wanted to buy anything from the brand anymore. Since then, I think they have gotten a little better. They've also gotten a little worse in some ways. It just, you know, brands just change over time. It's fine, in my opinion. Like, I don't know, it just ebb and flows. So, and let's talk about the American Girl dollhouse though. I have American Girl dollhouse in my basement. I've done videos of it before, you can look it up. But honestly, like that's something I really enjoy having. Like going back, I'm like, oh, what if I made like an Ever After High dollhouse instead? Like what if I would have gotten really into Ever After High collecting and I could have made a dollhouse and that would have been cheaper and smaller. But also part of me is like, I'm kind of glad I did the American Girl doll thing, because like that was kind of like a thing I could only really do at that point in my life, because I was still young enough where my parents would be willing to help me build it and like build it in our basement and stuff. So, and I don't know how much longer I'm gonna have it when I move out someday. So I'm kind of glad that I did it. I got to have that like little American Girl doll fantasy. But I think if I do build a new dollhouse in the future, I think it'll be more this scale, because I don't, like, for the American Girl dolls, if I want to photograph them, it's really easy to take them outside. But for these dolls, if you put this doll next to a flower, the flower is literally bigger than it. So, I kind of like to make sets for them that are their size someday, but not right now while I'm living with my parents, because I still have the American Girl doll house that I can use, and I don't want to add another thing. And of course, I talked about the name switch. So I switched to Forever Sky's Limit, and I just honestly kept making similar content. I think I posted a lot on Instagram even during the beginning of quarantine, like when I had nothing else to do. Like I think I kind of stopped posting for a while in high school because I was just busy. But then during quarantine, like I had nothing to do, so I just went outside and did a bunch of American Girl doll photo shoots, and I was even in like a small like photo contest on AGIG, which is American Girl Instagram. So that was fun for me. I got to live out my little photographer moment. I even took photography my senior year of high school and like used my American Girl dolls in it. That was fun. So I think I had more fun with the photography than actually making the American Girl doll videos, because honestly it got to a point where it's like I don't know what to make. So I kind of stopped for a while. But then I started my TikTok, and honestly at first I was like, I made it called Fairy Tale Vibes. And I was like, I want to do a Fairy Tale Vibes aesthetic, because I really haven't seen many aesthetic accounts like that. And then it kind of just devolved to me just doing TikTok dances in my room during quarantine. So that happened. And then before I left for college, literally, of course, it was right before I left for college. It was like my birthday, and I was wearing this dress. I'll get the dress. I was wearing this dress. And it was right after Ever After High TikTok kind of became a thing, which, like, I had always kind of had Ever After High in the back of my mind, but after Ever After High basically got canceled by Mattel, I kind of went into an Ever After High depression, if you will. I basically, like, stopped displaying my Ever After High dolls. I stopped talking about it, just because I was so burnt out because of, if you know, I'm trying to be brand friendly, so I don't want to talk about the Ever After High Disney controversy, but if you know, you know, and I would tell anyone about that who would listen. I was very frustrated about why Ever After High had to be canceled, and I was very, very unhappy, and I just couldn't think about it. I had to put it to the back of my mind, otherwise I'd be stressed out. So I just kind of distracted myself with American Girl and forgot about Ever After High, right? But then Gloria on TikTok, aka Apple What, is a lesbian. She makes these amazing Ever After High edits, and she hasn't uploaded one in like a long time, but she made this one, and me and my sister couldn't stop watching it. And she makes all these Ever After High edits, and like basically because of her, Ever After High TikTok was born. So people were making Ever After High edits. I never really made edits, which like, actually I have made some, but back then I didn't really make any, and I just more wanted to, I was like, oh my gosh, there's people on here who like Ever After High, and it had been long enough since the sadness of the cancellation of Ever After High that I was like, oh, I want to talk about Ever After High again. So I had this dress on for my birthday, and I made this video. I'm like, I've been on Ever After High TikTok. Do you, like, are you guys seeing me? Like, don't you think I look like an Ever After High doll in this dress? And like, I just kind of made a fun TikTok, and it got 2,000 views, which back then was big for me. I was like, oh my gosh, Ever After High TikTok likes me. So I started making like videos about all my Ever After High dolls, and they would get like a couple hundred views, and I'd be like, oh my gosh. Actually, they'd get over a couple hundred. They get like 700, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, Ever After High TikTok loves me. But then I kind of went away to college, stopped making TikToks. I come back for Christmas break, and I've just been so like, while I'm in college, just studying all the time. I hated it. So I come home for Christmas break, and I'm like, I am going mark my words, I am going, this Christmas break, I'm going to go viral. I'm going to go viral on TikTok. This is where stuff gets insane. I start making TikToks every day, multiple TikToks a day, and most of them are about Ever After High, I think. So I don't know. I'm trying to, like, this is before the swapped up birth theory, so I'm trying to think like what I would have even made them about. I think I also did some makeup looks. I did some Ever After High lookbooks. I remember over Thanksgiving break, before I even got really famous in Ever After High TikTok, I did like a whole Darling Charming look. I did Apple White's look. I did Raven's look. Blah. I did all this stuff. And then it's after Christmas, but like basically my Christmas break, aka my winter, we have a winter break that's 4 weeks. So it's after Christmas at this point, but I think it's like either before New Year's or right after New Year's. And I've been on Ever After High TikTok, and I'm just like, you know what? I want to talk about the swapped up birth theory, because when I got into Ever After High, I didn't watch the show first. I know some people watch the show first. I actually read the books and then I watched the show. And funny enough, you guys know how much I love the Ever After High show now. Like, especially I like it over the books. But back then, because I read the books first and then watched the show, I was like, the show is not as good as the books. That's totally incorrect. The show is amazing. Dragon Games is amazing. But at that time, I'd read the books first. But I remember reading the first book and just thinking, Apple and Raven are swapped at birth. Like, I thought that was how the series was going to end from the very first book. And then even if you go all the way to the movies, like if you go to Dragon Games, there's even still a bunch of clues in Dragon Games that they're swapped at birth. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I should talk about this. So my little cousins from Minnesota are in town. So me, my siblings, my cousins that live up here, my baby cousins from Minnesota, we're all going sledding all day at my grandparents' house because they have a hill. We're all like sweaty. We're like covered in snow, you know? But I come home and like it's the winter, so like the sun sets faster, so there's no light. So I turn on my lamp in my room and I'm just like, I said I was gonna make a video every day. I've said I'm gonna make a video till I go viral or winter break. So I sit down, I'm like, oh, I had mascara on before I went sledding. The mascara is like all messed up. Like it looks like I have black eyes. Not really, but like it like looks, it's like all smudged. It's not cute. I look like a mess. But I sit down, I grab my Apple and Raven dolls. I sit down and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make this swapped at birth video because it's just something I want to talk about. It's just something I want to talk about. But little did I know that was going to be my gateway to Ever After High fame. So I sit down and I'm like all disheveled and I'm just like, I don't care. I'm going to make this. Like my smudge mascara looks kind of cool, but like that video isn't how I would dress on a daily basis. But so I make it. I wake up the next day, it has 18K views, which is the most views I've ever had on anything. I'm like, I'm going viral. Remember this morning we were going to go see Sing 2 with my cousins from here, my cousins from Minnesota, my aunt and uncle, my grandparents, my mom, my other aunt. We're all going to see Sing 2. The only person who didn't go see Sing 2 was like my brother and my dad and my one uncle. Almost everybody else went to go see Sing 2. And I just remember like sitting in the movie theater watching Sing 2. I'm like, oh my gosh, my video is like, I can like I'm trying to watch Sing 2 and Sing 2 was amazing. And I think part of the reason I think Sing 2 is good is because I have this happy memory associated with it. But I'm sitting there watching Sing 2, I'm just thinking, I'm like, when I get out of this movie, how many more views is my video gonna have? By the way, that video now has over 1 million views. So yeah, that was my gateway drug to Ever After High TikTok for real this time. And I basically, after that, I kept making so many more parts of the swapped up birth theory. I made other Ever After High videos. I reread the books. I also read The Legend of Shadow High. I talked about that. I, like, this past winter break, I remade, like, a remastered version of the swapped up birth theory after having reread the books, rewatched the show. Blah blah blah. So I made an updated version of that also got like over 1 million views on TikTok, not on here. I have my original swapped up birth theory here on YouTube, because I should explain this. When I make these big Ever After High series on TikTok, I also make like a full-length YouTube video after I finish the TikTok series, or sometimes even before, depends which order I film which thing. But yeah, I have my original swapped up birth theory here on my YouTube, which is my most viewed video. Then I have the remastered version from when I made those remastered TikToks on here. That also has a good amount of views, I think. And then the other thing that happened was I got 10 million views on TikTok, which is a big deal. But that was me talking about Draculaura and body shaming that was happening towards G3 Draculaura. Which, I mean, it's kind of ironic because I guess Draculaura is my favorite Monster High characters, so I guess it makes sense, but I'm like, it's not even an Ever After High video. Of course, my most viewed video is Monster High. But yeah, so my most viewed video is actually technically a Monster High one, but whatever. So I made that video on my TikTok. That's my most viewed video. And then, like I said, this past winter break, I made the remastered Swapped at Birth Theory. And then the other thing I did was I kind of branched out, and I'm kind of happy I did because I was nervous about it. I made a Bill Cipher Owl House theory on here on my YouTube and on my TikTok. And then also around that time, that's when I decided I want to have a cohesive username. So that's when I changed my YouTube name to Fairy Tale Vibes from Forever Sky's the Limit. And then I tried to change my Forever Sky's the Limit Instagram to Fairy Tale Vibes, and it just wouldn't work. So then I made a new Instagram. So yeah, basically, if you guys watch this whole video, I love you. And that is my whole journey on the internet. So I'm just basically a crazy doll collector. But now, because you stayed to the end, I promised I would tell you my plans for this summer. So as I just said, I made that Owl House theory, but I kind of never made a follow-up to it. Now that the Owl House has ended, I want to make a follow-up to it because there's some things that were disproven in the finale, which is fine. But then there's also some things that we just, because the series had to be cut short, that we just didn't get to see. We didn't get to see anything. And I was like, maybe I should make a video because I do feel like some of these things that I said in this theory could still be true because we didn't have enough time to see everything. And I was already thinking about that. And then Dana Terrace does a live stream and she's like, yeah, there was something else that I had in mind for the original ending, but we just didn't have enough time to make it work. And I'm like, is it the Bill Cipher thing? So basically, I'm going to be making a follow-up video to my last Owl House theory and talk about that and talk about, but also Dana Terrace did hint that what was originally planned for the ending is a plot point that could still come up if they ever got to do more work on the Owl House. So it is technically a theory that could still come true. So basically, I'm just gonna do a follow-up Owl House theory, talk about the Dana Terrace live stream, talk about the actual series finale, yes. And then the other thing I want to do is I've been planning this since winter break. It's actually one of my goals for winter break, but I didn't accomplish it. I want to make another Ever After High video, and I want to predict what would have happened in the crossover movie. And I know you guys are going to be like, but you've read the Legend of Shadow High, and that's the crossover. It is not the crossover, because the original crossover, the original planned ending for both Monster High and Ever After High was a crossover movie between G1 Monster High and Ever After High, not G2, because The Legend of Shadow High is G2 Monster High. So I want to do a theory predicting, going over all the not found footage because Mattel released it, but all the existing footage of that crossover movie and predict what I think would have happened in the crossover movie. And then if that goes well, I want to do another movie, because another theory predicting a movie, because I think although maybe Monster High would have ended with the crossover, I feel like Ever After High could have had one more movie after the crossover, if it got to like live up to its original planned ending, and I want to predict what that would have been. Yeah, so maybe 2 more Ever After High theory videos planned. And then in addition to that, I want to do some Rainbow High doll sewing. I can also do some American Girl doll sewing. I used to do that a lot. But basically, I want to sew some custom outfits for my Rainbow High dolls / Shadow High dolls, whatever. Because I really, really like these dolls. I love their faces. I love their hair. I love their body sculpts. I love their nails. I love their articulation. And I like their clothes, most of them. But I like their clothes. I don't love their clothes because I'm a fairy tale vibes girl. I want to exist in a fantasy world. So I want to sew them like fairy tale big ball gown princess dresses just for my own enjoyment, but I want to bring you guys along. And maybe not even then all of them have to be big ball gowns, but just like more Ever After High fairy tale vibes inspired clothing, So yeah, I want to do some sewing projects. I have 2 Rainbow High dolls that I ordered in the mail off eBay, and they're just like the type where they come without any clothes, they just come as themselves without any clothes, because basically what resellers of Rainbow High dolls will do is they'll take the doll, undress it, sell the clothes separately, sell the doll for people who want to customize. And although I don't think I'm gonna like fully repaint their faces because I do not have the materials for that, I do kind of want to customize them in a way where I want to give them like a fairy tale persona and character and like make them a little dress. But before those dolls arrive, because basically all of them have the same body sculpt, I can just start sewing on these dolls. I also kind of want to redress some of my Rainbow High dolls just to have fun with them. Like, for example, I redressed Natasha. And then the final thing I want to do is some fairy tale vibes for myself. Basically, let's just be honest, I want to cosplay. I dressed up like Dracula for Halloween, and that felt like, that was like thrilling. So basically I have some possible cosplays that I want to sew myself. I will also probably have to get a wig for one of them. But because like I liked dressing up like Dracula for Halloween, and the main reason I did that is because it was easy to have the costume and spirit. But there's some other characters that you could probably guess these characters that I have wanted to dress up like for a really long time, and I want to sew their costumes. So if I have the funding, because it is expensive, I'm trying to thrift fabric maybe for these, but also the wig might be expensive. But basically, I just want to make some fun cosplays. So I will also make content about that on here and on my TikTok. All the content that I'm saying will be on my YouTube, and if it's not on my YouTube, it'll be for sure on my TikTok. It'll probably be both. So that's what I just wanted to introduce you guys to myself formally, and that's all the plans that I have for this summer. And I hope you enjoyed learning about my history here on the internet. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my other platforms. And remember, stay tuned because there is a lot of good content coming. And also, if there's any other shows or any other doll lines or any other things you want to hear me talk about or review, let me tell you guys, if I don't like a doll, I'm not going to buy it. But I will sit and pull up a picture of it and talk about it and give you like a pseudo review if there's any dolls you just really want my opinion on. And then if there's any other like animated series like that you think I might watch and you want to hear about it, I will be happy to do that. So, bye guys. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I love you so much.